First recipient. At 13:36 hours, Queens Box 8903 was transmitted, reporting a fire in a private dwelling. Engine 302 and tower ladder 155 were both assigned first due. Numerous calls were received reporting the same. From a distance, a column of smoke could be seen in the direction of the address, and the officer of engine 302 immediately gave a 1075. Both companies arrived first due, and heavy fire could be seen venting out the first and second floor of a 2.5-story peak roof private dwelling. Fire appeared to be consuming both floors. Engine 302 hooked up to the hydrant and began stretching the initial attack line. Firefighter Gerard McManus was assigned the roof position at tower ladder 155. The inside team of 155 began forcing the front door for entry and advancement of the hand line. Entry would be difficult without the hand line due to the heavy volume of fire. Queens Dispatch notified the units of reports of people trapped. Firefighter McManus, an experienced firefighter, realized accessing to the sides and rear of the dwelling would be difficult due to the numerous obstructions. Firefighter McManus began breaking a fence on the exposure 2 side. McManus then proceeded to exposure 3, where he forced entry into the basement. Firefighter McManus did a quick search and reported that there was no fire in the basement. Firefighter McManus, next time you gotta make these fonts bigger. Yeah, it's perfect. The fire began rapidly extending throughout the house and consuming all but the small kitchen area. In the rear, Firefighter McManus, knowing the reports of persons trapped and conditions worsening, that time was of the essence to react. McManus weighed the risk versus reward and entered into the dwelling and began a quick and aggressive search. Without any protection from a hand line, Firefighter McManus began a left-hand search of the kitchen, which led him into the dining room area. The conditions were worsening, and McManus began feeling the heat permeating through his bunker gear. Crawling on his belly and with fire above and around him, McManus continued deeper into the dwelling. Now in the middle. Now deeper into the dwelling, and in the middle of the dining room, Firefighter McManus came upon the foot and leg of an unconscious victim. Firefighter McManus transmitted a 1045 for the victim, with conditions getting worse. McManus began the difficult task of removing the victim by himself through the heavy fire, which was near flashover temperatures. Firefighter McManus, having spun the victim, then dragging him 15 feet back to the rear door and then to the outside. Once outside, Firefighter McManus carried the victim another 60 feet to the front, where engine 308 quickly began CPR and resuscitation. Firefighter McManus operated alone in severe and punishing conditions, putting his safety on the line in order to save the life of another human being. Firefighter Gerard McManus exemplifies the courage and dedication it takes to be a member of the FDNY. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for Firefighter Gerard McManus. Ladder 155, the locals next.
Thank you very much to George and Barbara. Very humbling to do it before. Just doing our job. You know, we don't expect this kind of accolades, and we just go to work every day. Work at the greenhouse, out of 155 and the 302, Viper's Nest. Work the best on the job, I think. And it starts from the top down. Brothers that I work with and a sister we have, and you know, great bosses and senior guys showing us the way to do everything. and that's what we just keep passing on. We got, Phil Tarantini's one of our probies, but, just a very humbling experience. Again, just doing our job, and thank you all for having us here tonight. Appreciate it.
Ladder 155. Now we move to Brooklyn. Scary just to talk about it. At 8:35 hours, Tower Ladder 120 was heading north on Mother Gaston Boulevard at Belmont Avenue, returning to quarters from another run. In the distance, a column of smoke could be seen rising above the Howard houses. At the same time, Brooklyn Box 1675 was transmitted by the Brooklyn Dispatch Office, reporting smoke at 260 Mother Gaston Boulevard. Box 1675 was first due box for Tower Ladder 120. Tower Ladder 120 was assigned to the box and was 1084 in a matter of seconds. Upon arrival, fire could be seen venting from the top floor of the address. Captain Michael Thompson of Ladder 120 transmitted a 1075 for a top floor fire in a 13-story Class 1 fireproof multiple dwelling. The fire was in apartment 13A, a large 3-bedroom apartment. The members of Tower Ladder 120 exited the fire truck and did a quick size-up. The members quickly noticed that multiple persons trapped behind child gates in the fire apartment, with heavy smoke pushing from each window of the apartment. Captain Thompson instructed Tower Ladder 120 chauffeur, firefighter Brian Cross, to assist with operations on the top floor. Captain Thompson, firefighter Cross, along with forcible entry firefighter Michael Meyer, can firefighter Stephen Hay, and the OV firefighter Daniel Monteleone, and roof firefighter James Giamalvo. They all proceeded to the 11th floor via the A elevator. Captain Thompson instructed firefighter Monteleone to assist with operations in the fire apartment due to the numerous people confirmed trapped. Tower Ladder 120 ascended the A stairwell to the 13th floor and found apartment 13A. Screams could be heard coming from the apartment. With face pieces down, the inside team began to force entry into the apartment. The door began to warp due to the intense heat. Upon entry, the members of Tower Ladder 120 were met with an extreme heat, fire, and zero visibility at the front door. Captain Thompson told firefighter Hay to hold back some of the fire with the extinguisher while the members entered into the apartment. The OV remained at the entry door. Captain Thompson and firefighter Meyer entered the living room where Captain Thompson came across 21-year-old Angel Ortiz. A 1045 was transmitted, and Captain Thompson and firefighter Meyer together removed Mr. Ortiz under the fire and into the A stairwell. They re-entered the fire apartment and continued a right-handed search as firefighter Hay continued to hold back fire, the ever-growing fire with his cane. Firefighter Meyer found the second 1045, 46-year-old Rafael Espinal. He was lying prone on the floor. Another 1045 was transmitted and began to be removed to safety. This proved to be difficult due to the large size of the victim and the numerous obstacles in the apartment. With the assistance of the OVM, they were able to remove Mr. Espinal to the public hallway and to the waiting arms of another unit. Command informed Captain Thompson that victims could still be seen at the window. With conditions rapidly deteriorating, they returned to the fire apartment. At this time, Tower Ladder 120 chauffeur, firefighter Cross, along with engine 231, made their way to the 13th floor. Firefighter Cross, along with Lieutenant Salvatore Mira, found their way to the apartment door through the black, acrid smoke. When they opened the door, heavy fire began venting from the top of the door. Cross entered the apartment under the fire, where he met up with the OVM, who directed him to the location of firefighter Hay. Firefighter Cross brought a second extinguisher and gave it to firefighter Hay. Cross then began his right-handed search of the living space. Considerable time had passed, and without the protection of a handline, it was likely that 120 would get cut off by fire. Thompson returned to the seat of the fire, where firefighter Hay informed him that the second extinguisher was running out. Just then, engine 231 could be heard moving the handline into the apartment. Captain Thompson teamed up with firefighter Cross and continued his search. Firefighter Meyer had located a bedroom door and immediately found an unconscious 1-year-old baby boy, Ivan Paez, and 2 females just inside the bedroom. 20-year-old Molene Perez and 17-year-old Brady Paez. Firefighter Meyer transmitted the 1045 for the victims and his location. Firefighter Meyer began to remove the baby from the bedroom. Meyer informed Firefighter Cross of the 2 remaining victims in the room. Meyer removed the baby to safety while Firefighter Cross entered the bedroom for removal of the remaining 2 females. Upon entering the bedroom, Firefighter Cross closed the bedroom door only to discover an unconscious 8-year-old boy, Brandon Paez, on the floor. Firefighter Cross again transmitted the 1045 and requested Firefighter Monteleone to assist him in the removal. The 2 females were conscious and at the window. The roof firefighter, Gene Malvo, lowered his mask to the firefighter as to shelter the females in place with air while he and the OB removed the 8-year-old baby to safety. As they exited the bedroom, information about the females was passed along to Rescue 2, at which time they were also removed to safety. Captain Thompson has again made his way into the apartment, entered the left rear apartment to find yet another unconscious female, 40-year-old Alexandra Mello. He transmitted the 1045 and began removal. He was assisted by members from Rescue 2. Captain Thompson, Firefighter Brian Cross, and Firefighter Meyer are being honored for their rescues, but could not have happened without the teamwork of all members of Tower Ladder 120. Their selflessness in the face of extreme danger exemplifies the traditions and commitment of all members of the FDNY. Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Michael Thompson, Firefighter Brian Cross, and Firefighter Michael Meyer of Tower Ladder 120.
Okay, first off, I'd like to thank George and Barbara and Joe for having us here tonight. This is truly an honor to be up here with a couple of my guys here, Mike Meyer and Brian Cross. There are some other guys here with us tonight that were heavily involved in this job. Firefighter Stephen Hay, Firefighter Danny Monteleone, Firefighter Jimmy Giamalvo, Lieutenant Sal Mira, Firefighter Anthony Delio, Firefighter Kevin Healy, Firefighter Greg Frusci, and Firefighter Mark Folland. And the other companies that operated there also, this job was a true testament to teamwork and our training. The one thing I can say about this job is the moment you think you got it, it really just humbles you. Unfortunately, 2 of the 7 people in that apartment didn't make it. You know, that's something that I know that I live with every day. The effort was to the maximum that day. And, you know, I'm very, very humbled and honored to be here tonight and speak on behalf of Ladder 120. Thank you, everybody. Congratulations to all the honorees.
How you doing, everyone? Hope you're having a good night. I just want to thank the foundation for honoring us tonight. It's a special honor. Doing something that we love to do day in and day out, the brotherhood. All the guys sticking together. The guys back there helped make this happen. Couldn't do it, like our fellow brother said earlier, without the engine, 231. And the rest of the guys at 120, love you guys, and be safe, and have a good night.
I just want to thank again everybody that came out tonight, again for the foundation for having us. My family, especially my girlfriend and my awesome parents and her awesome parents for coming up tonight. Everybody that's here from 231, again it's been said all night tonight, we couldn't do it without the engine. Thank you very much for all your support, and it's a pleasure working alongside of you and everybody else in this room each and every day out. Thank you very much.
At approximately 12:30 hours on February 7th, ladder 42 was returning to quarters from a previous alarm. While stopped at a red light on the corner of Prospect Avenue and 163rd Street, firefighter Finnegan noticed smoke pushing from a window on the second floor of 920 Prospect Avenue. Firefighter Finnegan notified ladder 42's officer, Captain Joseph McConnell. As Captain McConnell was attempting to notify the Bronx dispatch, the alarm was being transmitted over the MDT. Captain McConnell acknowledged the alarm and then transmitted the 84 and the 1075 for reported fire on the second floor of the address. The building was a 200 by 150 Class 1 fireproof. Captain McConnell entered the lobby to find frantic residents fleeing the building. Occupants stated the fire was on the second floor and the residents of the fire department did not evacuate, and furthermore, numerous persons were reported above the fire. Captain McConnell, along with firefighter Finnegan, his ironsman, and firefighter Morrison, his canman, ascended the A stairwell to the second floor. The stairwell was charged with heavy smoke due to the stairwell door being partially open. With their face pieces on, they entered the second floor hallway only to encounter fleeing residents from the fire floor. They directed the civilians toward the stairwell and down to the lobby. The hallway was charged with heavy smoke due to the apartment door being open. SID's information indicated no bulkhead, so venting the smoke would prove difficult. Captain McConnell ordered firefighter Morrison to remain at the stairwell door until the fire department was located. McConnell and Finnegan began to search for the apartment door. They located the fire department and gained control of the door. Captain McConnell notified Engine 73 that the A stairwell would be used as the attack staircase. Firefighter Morrison now joined the inside team in an attempt to locate the fire. Morrison located the fire in the rear bedroom. The fire was lapping out into the hallway, and an attempt to contain the fire within the bedroom door proved futile. The fire had already burned through the door and sheetrock wall. Firefighter Morrison held back the fire as McConnell and firefighter Finnegan crawled past the room without a charge handline in an attempt to find the missing occupants. At the same time, ladder 42's OVM, Sean Heater, had put up a 24-foot portable ladder to the second floor window and quickly ascended. The window firefighter Heater was attempting to enter had thick black smoke issuing from it, and it quickly failed. Fire could be seen in the room through the window. Heater then repositioned his ladder to another window and ascended. The first window, which was adjacent to the position now, had fire issuing from it. Heater removed the child gates and asked permission from Captain McConnell to vent the window. He then donned his face piece, removed the window, and entered the room searching for the still missing occupants. Conditions were deteriorating quickly and visibility was zero. Firefighter Heater swept the floor and found a lifeless body between the bed and the outside wall. He transmitted a 1045. The window was not an option for removal, so the decision was made to remove the victim through the interior. Captain McConnell ordered firefighter Finnegan to assist Heater in the removal. There were many obstructions that made removing the partially naked and burned victim difficult. Fire was consuming the hallway with firefighter Morrison utilizing the can. Heater and Finnegan and firefighter Neviv of Tower Ladder 31 removed the victim to the stairwell and down to the lobby. McConnell continued his search and came across a locked bathroom door. The heat was too intense and McConnell was forced to lay on his back and kick the door in. Entering the bathroom, Captain McConnell came across an unconscious boy. McConnell transmitted the 1045 to the 26th Battalion, and with the assistance of firefighter Morrison, the victim was dragged past the uncontrolled fire and eventually down to the lobby for the awaiting EMS units. The 14-year-old boy and the adult female were transported to the hospital with burns and smoke inhalation. Both victims were rescued and alive because of the quick actions of Captain McConnell and firefighter Heater and each of the members of Ladder 42 that operated and assisted in what was a severe and dangerous fire. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and let's honor Captain McConnell and firefighter Sean Heater, Ladder 42 in the Bronx.
Something like this is extremely humbling. I'd like to really thank George and Barbara, Joe for setting this up. I'd also like to thank the members from 73 and 42 for coming out tonight. The other guys who were working that night is my senior man in the truck, is Steve Hopkins, who's my chauffeur that day, Donald Finnegan, Kelly Needler, who's my roofman. I'd also like to thank the guys in 73 Engine that came and helped us out and rescued us when we really needed them. Lieutenant Mike Sweeney, Tommy Cilio, Pete Doffel, and Bill Schaffer. Like I said, guys, this is a very humbling experience for us. Once again, I'm really happy to be a part of something like this. All the guys in the fire department, there's no lack of senior men still in the firehouse. I kind of want to just single out a couple guys that are here with us tonight. Steve Hopkins, he's my senior man in the truck. Richie Barcosa is the senior man in 73. Between those guys, it's almost 80 years of experience. And then if you throw in Kevin McCutcheon, who's one of the senior lieutenants in the whole Bronx, or in the city itself, you're talking almost close to 40 years himself. So there's no such thing as a self-made fireman, and we have great guys who take care of the young guys. And I'm really appreciative and thank you for the sign. Thanks.
Thank you, George and Barbara, again, in the Firefighter Coalition, as well as Jim Tarantini.
Oh, Joe.
Joe Tarantini. I don't know how you pick. I mean, there's so many people probably more deserving that get this award every year. And, I don't judge what you go through to pick them to come here tonight. But I'm honored to be here. It's a great function. It's a great experience to be here. And again, I thank you.
Firefighter Jim Heater, Sean Heater, Captain McConnell. Every year, what I do is I look at the department orders. I have stories that made the paper, and I just look into them. And I like to represent all the boroughs. Sometimes there's, one borough that dominates the others, but every one of you guys here tonight are here because you deserved it. And unfortunately, we couldn't honor everybody that did something heroic, because honestly, every day we go to work, that's heroic. Every day you put your life on the line, that's heroic. And I don't think that George and Barbara could possibly pay for every one of us. So, I found 4 incredible stories and 4 incredible rescues. But this one here is one that's close to my heart, as it is close to the members of Ladder 138 Engine 289, the Corona Tigers. These guys aren't going to go to Medal Day. They deserve to go to Medal Day, but they're not going to go to Medal Day. So to me, this is their Medal Day. And they're deserving of all the honor that's bestowed upon them tonight. The morning of August 9th, 2016 started our routine for the members of Tower Ladder 138, but would end up anything but routine. The incoming for the day tour was 6, with 1 detail to Engine 319. Probationary firefighter Edwin Rodriguez took his first detail to Engine 319, leaving Tower Ladder 138 with 5 members with a minimum of 10 years on the job. This experience would prove valuable later in the tour. Firefighter Sean O'Rourke was assigned the chauffeur position along with firefighter Mike Augusta, the roof, George Muller, the OVM, Stephen Malley, the irons, Kevin Moore, the can, and covering Lieutenant Barry Harper. Bronx second alarm was transmitted and Tower Ladder 138 was assigned to relocate to the quarters of Tower Ladder 41 on White Plains Road. Tower Ladder 138 arrived in the Bronx and assumed the role of Tower Ladder 41, covering their response area. After a couple hours in the Bronx, the members of 138 were given a ticket to return from relocation. En route back to the firehouse, Tower Ladder 138 came to the intersection of Westchester Avenue and Waters Place. Westchester Avenue is a roadway with an elevated subway track, with numerous support columns in the roadway supporting the tracks above. Firefighter Sean O'Rourke, Tower Ladder 138 chauffeur, was heading south on Waters Place, making a left turn onto Westchester Avenue. Suddenly, there was a loud noise and impact which caused the members on the back step to be jerked around. The fire truck came to a stop and the members knew they had gotten into some kind of accident. As the members on the back step regained their bearings, they realized that they hit the support column and that firefighter Sean O'Rourke was injured and not moving. Lieutenant Harper, immediately seeing the severity of the situation, gave an urgent over the department radio asking for further assistance. The members on the back step got off the rig and came to the driver's side, where they saw the door was crushed up against the column and firefighter O'Rourke's arm entrapped between the door and the column. Blood was pouring from the area of Sean O'Rourke's left arm. Time was of the essence, and trying to control the bleeding and extricate their colleague from the truck is what they were faced with. Firefighter Malley immediately realized the need to try and control the bleeding. He jumped up into the front cab behind Sean O'Rourke. A gaping wound was visible on O'Rourke's lower left arm. Malley applied direct pressure to the wound. This seemed to have no effect as the blood continued to flow from his arm. Malley attempted to apply a tourniquet, only to discover an even greater wound to firefighter O'Rourke's left shoulder. O'Rourke's left arm was nearly severed, and it was now a race of time to save his life. Muller and Moore quickly got the hearse tool, as it was clear that the driver's door needed to be mechanically separated in order to free O'Rourke's arm. Firefighter Augusta prepared the door from the street. He cleared debris while creating a large purchase needed for the hearse tool to quickly free O'Rourke's arm. Both Augusta and Malley continued to talk to Sean, assuring him that he'd be okay. Firefighter Muller, Moore then began operating the hearse tool. Muller used the spreaders to separate the door from the column. With firefighter O'Rourke's arm now free, and with firefighter Malley continuing to try and control the bleeding, firefighter O'Rourke was removed from the vehicle and into the street. The injuries to firefighter O'Rourke were severe, and his arm was literally dangling by muscle tissue and tendons. At this time, the first of the responders and resources began to arrive. Firefighter O'Rourke was quickly packaged by the first arriving EMS unit and quickly transported. Malley rode with O'Rourke to the hospital, continuing to provide mental and emotional support. The EMTs notified the dispatch that they were transporting a member of service to Jacoby Medical Center with severe trauma. Twice, EMS dispatch informed them not to transport him to Jacoby, and that they would transport firefighter O'Rourke to a trauma center further away. The EMTs refused the order and informed dispatch that they were transporting to Jacoby and to have a trauma team waiting. Their decision, along with the actions of the members of Tower Ladder 138, saved the life of Sean O'Rourke. Firefighter O'Rourke had lost so much blood that it was a race that saved his life, and then eventually his own. The members of Tower Ladder 138 operated under extreme duress in extricating their colleague and their friend. The quick and decisive actions of the members of Tower Ladder 138 saved the life of firefighter Sean O'Rourke and eventually his own. Firefighter Sean O'Rourke, as some or all of you know, has gone on to make an amazing recovery, and eventually, through his determination, is going to come back to this job full duty. But Sean O'Rourke wouldn't be alive today. This story doesn't do them justice, and the nerves in my stomach don't do it justice. But these guys here, literally, along with the EMTs, saved this man's life. It wasn't a matter of saving his own. It was a matter of saving his life. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and help me welcome in the members of Tower Ladder 138. Firefighter Stephen Malley, firefighter Michael Augusto, firefighter George Mueller, and firefighter Kevin Moore. The Toronto Tigers.
So I met Sean 15 years ago when he came to the firehouse as a probie. I had a year on the job, and right away I knew he was a great guy. He was, you know, he jumped into everything. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty. He was he had a thirst to learn, and he asked a lot of questions, and he just seemed like he was going to be a really good fit for our firehouse. And then after a few days, I got in a couple conversations with him, and I realized that this guy talks a lot. And we nicknamed him Sean O'Talk within his first week in the firehouse. And fast forward 10 years from that point, my wife and I are in the city with one of her girlfriends, Maggie. And we're having drinks. I'm not going to name the bar because these guys are going to say I'm plugging my own venue. So let's just say it's the Refinery Rooftop on 38th Street between 5th and 6th. You guys want to go? You're more than welcome. But we're up there. Long story short, Sean comes up and he texts me. He wants to see what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah, come on up. So he comes to the roof, and within 30 seconds, he's full-blown Sean O'Talk mode with Maggie. And he's got his arm on the wall. Maggie in between the arm and the wall, and she had minimal means of egress, and he was really just having a Sean-on-one conversation. So, I'm roasting, he's not here tonight, it's okay. But the crazy thing is that my wife comes up to me, you know, about an hour later, and he's still talking to her, and she says, you know, what's up with Sean? I said, oh, I'm sorry, he talks a lot, you know, I'm sorry about that. She's like, no, I mean, like, is he single? Is he married? Does he have any kids? And I said, no, why? And she goes, well, I think Maggie really likes him. And I was like, holy shit, this guy can really talk. And now they're married, and they're on their honeymoon. Again, so poor guy, he deserves it though. He definitely deserves it. So there are a couple of things that I think about, or that takeaways from that day. One of them is, and Joe had touched on it before. No matter what you hear, no matter what you do, or you know what you've experienced, or what's been written in the paper, there is absolutely nothing routine about this job. There was nothing routine about the gas leak that led to a gas explosion that unfortunately killed Chief Michael Fahey from the Bronx. There was nothing routine about Sean's accident that nearly severed his arm. Certainly nothing routine about him in his recovery process. And absolutely nothing routine about the recent fire that led to the line of duty death of William Tolley. So you guys all signed up for a dangerous job, and there is absolutely nothing routine about that. The other thing I remember is that Sean never lost consciousness during this time. He lost a lot of blood, but he never lost consciousness. And he, you know, he talked pretty much the whole time. I mean, I know it's funny to hear, but he did talk. He was talking from the moment of impact. He was talking when we were cutting him out. He was talking in the ambulance, on the stretcher, and he actually talked his way through the emergency room at the hospital. And I mention that because I truly believe his voice helped him through that. And his voice and his talking led him to be one of the leaders in our firehouse. Definitely a key player. It led him to his current marriage with Maggie. And not only did it get him through that experience, but his voice helped us because he reassured us the entire time. He provided, I know Joe said that we provided the emotional support, but it's actually Sean provided the emotional support for us. And that means a lot to all the guys here. As honored and as humbled as we all are up here tonight, let's remember who the true hero is, and that's Sean O'Toole.
First off, thanks to George and Barbara, family, friends, and especially 289 and 138. Thank you all for being here tonight. Yeah, like what Steve said, I think we share this award with Sean because his strength and determination to come back on this job and pretty much make it back to full duty is unremarkable. Doctors, nurses, everybody, they had no clue that he was ever going to be this far with his progress, and it's just amazing to see how far he has come. So, Sean, unfortunately, he couldn't be here because he's on his honeymoon, but thank you, and it's just been unbelievable for him, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. Thank you.
I want to thank George and Barbara, family and friends, 289, 138. I just want to say what it all comes down to is the brother. And when your brother needs help, you better be ready to answer. And that's all that matters.
I was prepared to say a really long and unbelievable speech, but I feel like these guys nailed that for me. So, George and Barbara, thank you very much. It's unbelievable what you guys do, and I hope everybody has fun tonight.
Can I get the awardees up here with your plaques, please? And everybody get your cameras or phones or whatever you're taking pictures, get them ready. You're gonna line everybody up over here. Bring your awards with you, please.
Mike, over this way, Mike. There you go.